Not to start a war before the video starts, but Messi was always better. Thank you for coming back to my little channel to spend a little bit of your time out of your day with me. I appreciate that, and that does not go unnoticed to everybody that likes, comments, and has subscribed, which if you haven't, go ahead and do that right now. But that said, welcome back to the False9 TV channel, the channel where I don't have a tagline. I just wanted to say that. But so one of the things I like to do in the off season is do like, hey, where are these guys that are out of contract going to end up at? I want to give 5 realistic possibilities on where I think they could end up at. And the first edition of the summer is Cristiano Ronaldo. And perhaps I'm Nostradamus, or perhaps I'm just really good at doing predictions. But literally, as I'm doing the bullet points for this video yesterday, I'm setting up my camera to do this recording, and Ronaldo tweets this. So although it was likely, now it's pretty much been confirmed that he's going to be leaving Al-Nassr, and I guess a few weeks at this point. So that begs the question, where's he going to end up at? Well, let's dive into 5 possibilities that I think he could end up at next year. Starting off my list, and just a disclaimer, these are not in any particular order. So number 1 is not number 5. Number 5 is not number 1. These are just 5 clubs in no particular order. The first club on my list is the Los Angeles Galaxy of Major League Soccer. Now, depending on who you believe and how serious the reports were, Ronaldo almost moved to America to play Major League Soccer a few years back. Although that would have been really weird because the team was Kansas City that had been reported, and there's just something about Kansas City and Cristiano Ronaldo that just does not seem to work. I didn't get the appeal to that one, but whatever. But one of the appeals that I think this country can offer him is Los Angeles. And Los Angeles, for normal people like me and probably you watching this video, it's not a very enjoyable city. In fact, I would consider, no offense, the majority of Los Angeles to be kind of dirty. But for someone like Ronaldo who has Ronaldo money, it's a great city if you have the money to enjoy it. There's a lot of great places, a lot of nice communities. And again, if you got the money, it's definitely a city that can be enjoyed to the fullest. Great weather. And the added benefit of this is, of course, next year the World Cup is being hosted by the USA. And I think that makes this destination a little bit more attractive. And to say the least, he also has a house in the USA. So there's a little bit of, at least it wouldn't be completely foreign to him, is what I'm trying to say. And I believe his son was actually born in the USA. I'm going to put that up on the screen if that was true, or if I'm making that up, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure his son was born in the US. And look, the Galaxy, they're known for bringing the big stars to the US, right? Forget Inter Miami exists for a minute because they're a new club, but the Galaxy was the one who brought in David Beckham. They had Landon Donovan at the time. They brought in, Roy Keane, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and there's another name on the tip of my tongue here, Ricky Puig. And I think it offers him the star power that I think his ego craves. And he would be paired nicely with LeBron James in LA. And I can actually just see this fit working. But the LA Galaxy are not too good right now. And I think at the time of this recording, they're actually a last place team. So would that even matter? I don't think it would, but there's my first choice. The next club on my list is a team in Portugal, and it is probably not the team that you think I'm going to say. I know a lot of people want that reunion of Sporting, and I think Ronaldo himself even knows that that's probably not in the cards. Although it would be hard if I'm the Sporting owner, which I don't know who that is, by the way, so I could be completely crazy here, but I'm not bringing him in. And it seems to be Ronaldo is probably at peace with that because in the reports and in the media, he's pretty much said it just doesn't make sense, even though that's his team. But I'm going to move on to another team in the Portuguese league that might make more sense than you think. So, yes, Ronaldo is from Portugal, but specifically, he's from the islands. And I'm about to butcher a lot of names because I don't speak Portuguese. Specifically, he is from the Madeira Islands, and specifically, he is from a town called Funchai. I'm sure if you're from Portugal or if you're a fan of this league, that you are cringing at me right now. It might even be Funchal. I'm not sure, but believe it or not, there is a Premier League team or Portuguese Premier League. I forget exactly what the Portuguese league is called, but there is a Portuguese Premier League Division One, whatever you want to call them, team in that specific city called CD Nacional, and they have some really cool colors, by the way, and a really cool crest. I'm gonna probably put that on the screen if I'm able to fit that in there. But if Ronaldo truly wants a homecoming, why would he go to Sporting? Why wouldn't he actually go home where he is from? And I believe actually does still live at least part of the time. And he has the potential, if he does come here, to not that he's not already a god to them, but he can be larger. Whatever's larger than a god. If he were to actually sign with this club and I guess prove something or produce something, I think whatever's above a god, that would be Ronaldo if that actually were to happen. And let's just say he signed a 2-year deal with this club, right? Which I think 2 years would probably be the most any club would give him at his age. So let's say he comes in next year and gets them to Europe. That's very, 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 very much a successful. He's already been a success at that point. And then he gets to play in Europe one more time before he just rides off into the sunset right after the World Cup. And genuinely, that would probably be the best case scenario or exit. Or even if it's a 1-year deal, goes in there, does some production, goes to the World Cup for Portugal, and that's his goodbye. Which I myself would love for him to play 1 year wherever he wants to play and then make the World Cup his last hurrah. That would, to me, be the most fitting goodbye for him, because he's not going to get a goodbye at Madrid. He's not going to get a goodbye at Manchester. So to me, the next best option would be to get his goodbye with the national team. And at this point, physically, I'm not sure what he is, right? Because at Man United, he still was producing, although um, it did seem like they had to, I guess, design some things for him. But playing in the Saudi League, I've never watched a Saudi League game, not once. I know what I think the level is. And so basically, what I'm trying to say is I don't have a clue what he's got to offer. I don't even know if he could play at the Portuguese level. But if he could, this would be the club that I would like to see him go to. So, what do you think about that pick? Do you think he's going to go back to Sporting? Because, just a spoiler, they are not on my list. The next club, and I'm going to try to move quickly through this one because this is just an insane scenario, and that is Inter Miami. When I mentioned earlier about LA, when I said that Ronaldo has a house in the United States, that is true. But what I purposely left off is where that home is located. And that home is located in Miami. Now, Miami obviously has Messi. Messi seems to be kind of, I don't know if he actually wants to be here anymore, but that actually is not even relevant to why I say Inter Miami. I say Miami because of everything I said for LA, as in as a country, we have the World Cup. I think that's attractive. Miami has great weather. Miami would be a city that fits his ego. And could you imagine seeing Messi and Ronaldo playing on the same team? I mean, that would just be something that I think I would like to see, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, I kind of want to see this, but at the same time, it's like it hurts me to see Messi and Ronaldo going through this stage of their career. But still, I do think this is an actual real possibility. And if Messi leaves, I think Ronaldo could be the only person, or probably is the only person that could fill his star power shoes. So, what do you think about Miami? Do you think if he does go to Miami, Messi would be there? Or would it be a case if Messi left? Let me know in the comments below. The next club on my list, I'm going to be honest. When I started recording this video, I had a different team here, and I actually took that team out, which was Al Hilal, because this was one of those if you can't beat them, join them type of things. But with how Ronaldo had tweeted and with how he was booed off the field in his last match, I genuinely think he's leaving Saudi Arabia. I don't think that's even an option anymore on the table. But there's been some interesting, I guess, reports come out. So I'm inserting this team in Casablanca, Morocco, which is it Wydad? Wydad, I'm not sure how to correctly pronounce this team, but they are one of the biggest teams in Africa, so I should know how to say it. Um, there was I can't think of his name right now, the guy from Hull City that just left is signed with them. But he was on record of saying that his owner has big moves in mind. In fact, and he actually specifically said Ronaldo is one of those guys that he has in mind to try to bring in. And to be honest with you, I think of all the teams on my list, this one is the one that I can see happening, as weird as that might sound. And they're going to be playing in the Club World Cup, first of all. So I think that's something that Ronaldo really, it seems to be really important to him. And this team can offer him that. But above all, this is a team in a league that Ronaldo can still be what he was 10 years ago. And I think that's one of the things that mentally I'm not even going to pretend that I know what Ronaldo thinks, but I think he still wants to be the Ronaldo of 10 years ago. And in order to be that Ronaldo, I don't think he can play in a top league. And I think the Moroccan league is somewhere where he can be Ronaldo, similar to the Saudi league. And I would even argue that Wydad Casablanca is better than any Saudi club. Maybe Al Hilal could arguably be better, but I think this is, if I'm putting my money on something, I think this is going to happen. I think he's going to sign with them, play in the Club World Cup, play there for a year, and that's going to be what he does to get ready for the World Cup. Nostradamus. Rounding out my list, I've got another kind of quick one, and that is Fenerbahce. And Jose Mourinho, the manager, has been on record many times saying that he likes Ronaldo and he would love to coach Ronaldo again. And they've worked together in the past. Ronaldo has also had positive things to say about Jose Mourinho by saying something along the lines of, "Sure, why not? I would play for him again." Jose obviously loves his veteran players. He actually seems to be anti-young players sometimes. And they would offer him the chance to, I believe they're in the Champions League qualifier rounds, so he's got a chance to play in the Champions League again. I think all those things are attractive to him. Um, that's pretty much all I've got to say about this one, but I know it seems a little bit out of left field, but I don't think it's out as left field as we think. And of all the teams listed on my on this list, I would put this at probably number 2 or 3 of most likely things to happen. But let's end the video. Thank you for sticking around to the end. Thank you for watching the video. Those were my predictions on the 5 most likely landing spots for Cristiano Ronaldo. It is a little weird seeing Messi and Ronaldo as somebody who grew up watching these guys battle back and forth as undoubtedly the best 2 players in the world um, play in Saudi Arabia and Major League Soccer. It's just weird to me. But that said, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment on where you think he's going to go. Be safe this week, guys, and hopefully whatever you want to happen this week happens.